How's everyone doing out there? QB number one. Number one. Not in the town, not in the district, not in the state. QB number one in the country.
Just over a week before Michigan's upset win over bitter rivals Ohio State, Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy was already taking a victory lap and setting his sights on the future.
How much were you involved? Listen, there's a lot of other factors. I'm not going to sprout from my mouth and say this, that, the other. Was I involved in a call with the family? Are they lovely people? Did we pitch a plan? Of course we did.
And now that we know more about the other factors involved and the pitch Portnoy and his Michigan allies gave to top-ranked football recruit Bryce Underwood, it's worth taking a look at what went into flipping his commitment from Louisiana State University to Michigan.
I got a call from the Michigan football team, right? And they said, hey, there's this donor who wants to talk to you. I said, I'm doing this myself. I don't need to talk to anybody. They said, please. This woman's a big fan of Barstool, big fan of you. She'd love to talk to you. Her name is Jolin. They said, oh, her husband, by the way, is a guy by the name of Larry Ellison. You ever heard of him? I said, Larry Ellison? The number 2 richest guy on the planet? Yeah, I'll take that phone call. That night, we're on a Zoom.
The name Larry Ellison should immediately sound alarms, but if you aren't somehow familiar with him, according to Forbes, Ellison has an estimated net worth of over $220 billion and is the 3rd richest man in the world, even owning the entire island of Lanai, a part of the Hawaiian island chain. And if that wasn't enough, he's also a big supporter of, you guessed it, Donald Trump, previously endorsing him and participating in a November 2020 phone call that included Senator Lindsey Graham and other Trump allies, where they discuss legal strategies to contest the 2020 election results. A 40% stakeholder in Oracle, the software company he founded, and a Tesla board member from 2018 to 2022, committing at least $1 billion to Elon for his takeover of Twitter. Ellison slowly built up Oracle and his wealth by buying his competition and other complementary companies in the software sector, controlling more wealth than the entire economic output of hundreds of countries across the globe. Ellison, through the wishes of a mysterious woman named Jolin, or Jolin, whatever the hell, is now throwing his weight into college football.
Jolin, what about you? Michigan. Interesting. We're the national champs. I have 2 kids. I can't stomach waking up on a Saturday knowing that we're not the best team on the field. I said, I'm with you. What do we have to do? What do we have to do? I know what we'll do. Let's set up a call tomorrow night with Bryce Underwood and his parents. First of all, Barstool, and the marketing, but more importantly, Larry Ellison and Jolin, nobody can match this. This guy's a legend.
If you think someone who has amassed so much wealth that they could single-handedly end world hunger, but consciously decides not, is a legend, then your priorities are in the wrong places. But this is Portnoy we're talking about, so we'll save our breath.
But Jolin, on that first phone call, she's like, I needed somebody to step up from Michigan and show that they cared as much as I did. And then it was like the mega powers uniting. I texted Jolin, I go, I'm like, it was before it was really known. It's like, I'm getting all this credit. I'm a little uneasy. She goes, I don't need the credit. I need national championships. I need to stack them.
As it turns out, Portnoy, Ellison, and Jolin weren't the only people lobbying for Bryce Underwood to flip his commitment, as Michigan alumnus Tom Brady reportedly FaceTime Underwood at least once, trying to convince him to ditch LSU, according to CBS Sports. Michigan's NIL collective chairman, Nate Forbes, also made an official statement personally thanking Ellison and Jolin for their influx of cash and influence, also saying that she is his current wife, though that claim is yet to be 100% confirmed. In Dennis Young's write-up at Front Office Sports, he notes that Ellison has never had ties to the university, and his companies refuse to confirm whether or not he and Jolin were married, though he has reportedly been spotted with her in public watching tennis matches at the tournament he owns. Michigan's alumni office also could not confirm that she ever attended the university, and the Champion Circle NIL collective refused to go into detail about her full and or real name, age, where she lives, current job, etc. With all this info in mind, we have to mention that everything we're seeing now with billionaires, corporations, individual wealthy people, media figures, local businesses, etc., getting involved with NIL funds and recruiting is virtually the same thing we've seen in the past from college sports recruiting. Things are just more out in the open now. Instead of cars, housing, merch signings, literal cash, and other quid pro quo deals that had to be kept under wraps previously. Now, any of the world's richest people, like Ellison, can throw money at whatever university's team they may not even support and change the trajectory of programs for decades. Just to be clear, college athletes should get paid proportionately for the profits their labor is generating for their schools, and you can't blame any athlete for accepting life-changing money at such a young age, but you can blame the NCAA and their unquestionable greed for not putting regulations into place that would prevent people like Ellison from using college sports to feed his own ego and launder his public image. Unfortunately, though, given how far too many of our country's universities are beholden to courting their wealthiest and most influential alumni, the NCAA's internal corruption and the almighty pursuit of profit at all costs, we'll be fighting an uphill battle for a long time to pry college sports out of the hands of our country's and potentially the world's elite. As you watch Trump smile with glee at making a fool out of the world's richest man, along with an entire room of his sycophants, the main underlying reason why the ultra-wealthy align themselves with fascists is to protect their class interests. The tiny club ruling over us will do anything to cling onto said power for as long as possible, even if that means bending the knee and selling the rest of the world down the river just to protect themselves. Look no further than the tens of billions of dollars just the world's 10 richest men have raked in immediately following Trump's re-election. All you have to do is follow the money. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.